Hi, today we will be learning School Days on the keyboard. We will start off with a tutorial to show you how to play this song, followed by a demonstration of the piece. Have a delightful time playing this song. In the tutorial video, we are going to split into 3 parts. The first part we will talk about the right hand melody. And the second part will be left hand chords, how to play the left hand chords. Last but not least, the third part will be how to play both hands together, which is combine your left hand chord and right hand melody. Now before we look at the right hand melody, let's look at the time signature first. So in School Day, the time signature is 2/4, which means that every bar there's only 2 beats. When you count the rhythm, you should count it as 1, 2, 1, 2. Or since in the whole song there's only crotchet and minim, I would suggest maybe we can try to count it as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. We look at bar 1 and bar 2. So bar 1 and bar 2, the rhythm will be ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. With the notes C, C, D, E, C. So you put your right hand in C position, thumbs on C. Here is the example of bar 1 and bar 2. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Next, we look at bar 3 and bar 4. So bar 3 and bar 4, the rhythm is just a reflection, which is ta, ti, ti, at bar 3 first, and after that, the other way around with ti, ti start first and ta later. So ta, ti, 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 ta. And with the note D, D, E, F, F, D. So here's the example of bar 3 and bar 4. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. I repeat. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Now I'm going to show you from bar 1 to bar 4. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and. Now we look at bar 5 and bar 6. So bar 5 and 6, the rhythm pattern is exactly the same as bar 1 and 2, which is ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. However, the notes is slightly different, which is E, E, F, G, E. Now I'm going to show you bar 5 and bar 6. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. I repeat. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Next, we look at bar 7 and bar 8. So bar 7 and bar 8, the rhythm will be ti, 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 ta, ta. And the note is D, F, E, D, C, C. Now I'm going to show you bar 7 and bar 8. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. I repeat. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Next, we look at bar 9 and bar 10. So bar 9 and bar 10, the rhythm will be ta, ti, 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 ta. And the notes is C, C, D, E, E, C. Here is the example of bar 9 and bar 10. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. I repeat. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Next, we look at bar 11 and 12. Bar 11 and 12, the rhythm pattern is ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. And with the notes D, D, E, F, D. Now I'm going to show you bar 11 and bar 12. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. I repeat. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Next, we look at bar 13 and 14. So bar 13 and 14, the rhythm pattern same as bar 9 and bar 10, which is ta, ti, 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 ta. However, the notes is slightly different, which is a major third up. E, E, F, G, G, E. Now I'm going to show you bar 13 and 14. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Next, we look at the last 2 bars, which is bar 15 and bar 16. The rhythm is same exactly as bar 7 and bar 8, which is ti 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 ta ta, and the note is exactly the same as well. So here is for bar 15 and bar 16. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and I repeat. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Now I'm going to show you from the start until the end of your right hand. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and. Next, we look at the left hand chord. So there's only 2 chords required in school day, which are C chord and G chord. So before we play along whatever is written on the school days, let's try to do some warm up first. So we're going to play C chords, and after that, lift up to rest 2 beats and play the G chord down for 2 beats and lift up, rest 2 beats and play C chord again for 2 beats. So we do this looping for a few rounds. Let's form the C chord. So C chord, put your pinky on the G and second finger on the C and first finger on the E. So this is your C chord, okay? Pinky on G, second finger on C, and the first finger, your thumb on E. This is your C chord. And after that, G chord will be third finger down, second finger up, and thumbs move in. So 5, 3, 1, your pinky same, maintain the same notes, okay? So here is the G chord, okay? G chord, C chord, G chord, C chord. Now let's try from C chord first. So C chord, I repeat, you hold for 2 counts and you lift up from the G chord. After the 2 beats rest, play down the G chord. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and rest up from G. 1 and 2 and rest up from C. 1 and 2 and rest up from G. 1 and 2 and rest up from C. 1 and 2 and rest up from G. 1 and 2 and rest up. We're going to play without the rest. So it's from C, 2 beats, you form the G 2 beat. And after that, play the C back and G back. Okay, the same thing we're going to look for a few rounds. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and. Alright, now let's look at the school days chord. So the first 4 bars is C, C, G, G, which each chord you hold for 2 beats. Okay, so C 2 beats, and after that up and play down the C again for 2 beats, and after that change to G chord 2 beats and play G again 2 beats. So here is for your left hand chord in bar 1 and bar 4. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and. Now we look at bar 5 to bar 8. So bar 5 to bar 8, the chord will be C, C, G, C. So each chord the same thing, you hold for 2 counts. Here it is. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and. Now bar 9 to bar 16, the chords is same as bar 1 to bar 8, repeated chord. Okay, C, C, G, G, C, C, G, C. Right, now here it is from bar 9 to bar 16. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and C, C, G, G, C, C, G, C. Now I'm going to show you from the beginning until the end of your left hand chord. To make it fun, you can try to sing with the lyrics. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and school days are Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, Thursday and Fridays, all together 5 days. Stay home on Saturdays. Now let's look at both hands. Play along your left hand chord and right hand melody in the same time. So your left hand chord starts with the lyric school, which is the first note. Your right hand plays C and your left hand plays C chord. Right hand plays C note, left hand plays C chord, and they play at the same time. If you follow the lyrics, it will be school. Okay. And the second bar, your left hand chord come with the first beat as well, which is the man. So in school days, all the chord will play at the first beat of each bar. And you hold it for the entire bar before you see the next chord. So now I'm going to show you from bar 1 to bar 2, both hands. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and school days are Mondays. If you notice, my C chord will come with the school and man. Alright, I repeat one more time. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and school days are Mondays. Next, we look at bar 3 and 4. Bar 3 and 4, 2 G chord, okay? Your first G chord down with the 2, stay the 2s, and the next G chord with the when, stay the when, right? Which is your left hand play G chord, right hand play the D note, the 2, stay the 2s lyrics, and after that, the bar number 4, which you play the F notes with the G chord. Okay, here it is for bar 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and Tuesdays are Wednesday. So now from bar 1 to bar 4, both hands. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and school days are Mondays, Tuesday and Wednesday. Next, bar 5 and bar 6, 2 C chords, which your first chord C chord play with the 2 lyrics and the next C chord play with the fry. Alright, here it is for bar 5 and bar 6. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and Thursday are Fridays. And next, bar 7 and bar 8 is G chord and C chord, with the G chord play along with the all together, the all, which is your right hand play D, and after that the C chord play with the 5, with your right hand play the C note. So here it is for bar 7 and bar 8. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and all together 5 days. Now from bar 5 to bar 8, both hands. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and Thursday and Fridays, all together 5 days. Now from bar 9 to bar 16, same chord pattern as bar 1 to bar 8. So here is the example from bar 9 to bar 12 first. Okay, C, C, G, G, with your C chord play along with the stay, with the Saturday, the Sat, and G chord play along with the stay, and also the Sunday, the Sun. So stay, and Saturday, and stay, and Sunday. From bar 9 to bar 12, both hands. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and stay home on Saturdays, stay home on Sunday. So now both hands from bar 9 to bar 12. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and stay home on Saturdays, stay home on Sundays. Bar 13 to bar 16, your left hand chord down with the 2 weekend, the 2, the first beat, and after that is the holiday, the whole, and it's 2 C chords. So 2 with the C chord, holiday with the C chord, and making the make with the G chord, and last one, fun day with the C chord. So C, C, G, C. Here is the example from bar 13 to bar 16, both hands. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 2 weekend holidays, making your own fun days. Now I'm going to show you from the start until the end with both hands. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and school days are Mondays, Tuesday and Wednesday.